Hi there, it's Mark Sebastian, the founder of Option Pit, and this is the stock market and option volatility report. Reminder, this is for education purpose only, should not be considered investment advice. Options have risk. Well, we had VIX expiration today for the weeklies, and it expired about 13:12. Currently, we're right at 13:45, so basically kind of where we opened yesterday. It's not the most exciting market. You can see the SPY's up a little bit. The diamonds are, flattish. The triple Qs, the NASDAQ is probably the strongest. Apple continues to be really strong. Look at that, almost 195. It's been kind of insane how strong Apple has been. And to a lesser extent, Microsoft has been really strong. Those kind of the more boring names in FANG have been the leadership. Meanwhile, when you look at Facebook, Facebook had a booming day yesterday, but kind of slow today. Amazon's been kind of treading water. Google, kind of the same thing. None of the, they've been less exciting. Netflix at least has been moving around. WBA just, seems to be stabilized. So I may spend some time looking at WBA today. I think that's an interesting one where there may be some real value. A name I've been following that I don't talk about very much, but I think is kind of interesting is Race. What is Race? They're Ferrari NV. So I like, if I'm interested in trading the maker of Ferraris, I may be actually look at this one today. And then the other one is the bond market. Finally seems, you can see yields are starting to flatten. They're starting to normalize. Not flatten. They're starting to steepen. They're starting to normalize. They look a lot more normal. Speaking of normal, the VIX curve. And this is kind of what we really like to talk about, obviously. You can see this futures term structure. There's still a really nice spread between April and the VIX cash, and a really wide one between May. June looks a little strong, but the curve is in a relatively steep contango. I think that's an important piece. At the same time, VVIX is down to 83. If that gets under 80, I'm going to go out and try and find some VIX straddles, some things like that to trade, because volatility in VIX should not be this cheap. Getting back to SPX, really seems like it wants to make a run at 2,900 before it turns back around. And that would be, that wouldn't surprise me. So, I may look at, yesterday we did a little trade in SPX, a kind of a bull trade. I like that one that we set up. It's already kind of doing nicely today. So all told, I like VIX to stay low. I think the market's going to meander higher. I think we could be up 15 by the end of the day. Speaking of 15 by the end of the day, VIX, if you go to VIX 2019, you can, optionpit.com/VIX 2019, you can join my next webinar. It's going to be Tuesday, April 9th at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, trading VIX and VIX products. It's going to be a really great webinar on Tuesday, April 9th at 9:30 p.m. I'm going to cover what is the VIX, how does it work, VXXB, UVXY, SVXY, how to use the VIX to create edge and income, and how to use the VIX as a market indicator and using VIX to manage risk. Should be a really great webinar. It's going to take about an hour. If you register and can't make it, a recording will be sent to you. So go to optionpit.com/VIX 2019. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great morning and a good trading day. Have a good one.